Hey guys, it's EFCOSAC Repair. Today we're going to be rebuilding a master cylinder on a 2009 RMZ 250. This applies to just about any front master cylinder. It's a simple rebuild. It's something you need to do when the bushings wear out in here. The plungers wear out, so when you squeeze the front brake, if the fluid's getting past that, your brake's not going to work properly. So let's go ahead and start rebuilding this one. It's a real simple process. I already got the master cylinder off. I disconnected the brake line to it. I drained all the fluid out of it, and I took the lever off. All right, the lever on this one is just a 10 millimeter bolt through the top, and then there's a locking nut on the bottom. Take those off, get the lever out of the way, get your banjo bolt out of the way, and here we are left with this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the top off here. As you can see, I'm already missing a screw. This is a spare. I stole a screw for another master cylinder, but I'm going to be using this one. So, all right, there's our cap. All right, and the diaphragm here. All right, you want to keep all the stuff clean, so I got a clean working surface here. All right, inside there, you're going to see there's two holes in there. There's a plastic cover on these, a clear cap. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but if you look down inside there, see if we can get that focus for you. Well, there's two holes there. One is the hole that sucks fluid in, okay? And the other one is the return. The return hole is very important because if you have a clogged return hole, when you start applying your brakes, when you let off, if the fluid doesn't come back up into the master cylinder, it's going to hold your brakes tighter, and they're eventually going to heat up. The fluid's not going to have anywhere to go when it heats up when it expands, and you'll be dealing with a stuck front brake. So let's go ahead and take this one apart. It's real simple. You have a rubber dust cover right here. Just grab it and pull it out. If you have problems getting it out, get a little screwdriver in there and just kind of pry it. But if you just grab it and pull it out, it looks like that. There's like a metal piece inside this ring right here that helps hold it in place. So we have that. Next thing we're going to take off is the circlip on the inside. All right, you can see the circlip right inside of there. We're going to grab that with a pair of pliers. Make sure you have a good pair of pliers. These are not so good. They're okay, but if you have a real stuck one, you're going to need a good pair of pliers. So I'm going to go ahead and get in there. And pull this out. There we go. All right, so everything doesn't always go as smooth. So there we go. We got that out of there. We're going to head and just get the rest of it up. All right, so we have your circlip here we're going to take off. We have a washer right here. We have the plunger right there with the spring. All right, so the kit that I'm going to be using for this one is the All Balls kit. I got this through Rocky Mountain ATV. This is comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I got this one because it has new screws for the cap. Comes with your two plungers. All right, so here's our two plungers right there. It comes with two new screws for the cap. Comes with the new washer right there that goes beneath the circlip. Comes with the new circlip, new spring, and new dust seal, and new crush washers for your banjo bolt. All right, so let's get this back together. So first off, we're going to do is going to take this apart. The spring right here, it just comes off. Simple. You have these two, one's bigger and one's smaller with these plungers. You can just get underneath them and pull them off. Gonna have brake fluid on them, so. And then this one, take it off this way so you don't get as much, well, put the other one on this way. Get a little pick for that. Okay, that one is off there. Okay, so we got the old ones off. So when you put the new ones on, you got to make sure that they go in a certain way so they're always pushing inwards. okay, in this way to build up your pressure. All right, so before we do that, we want to clean the inside out here. Easy way to do that is to take a piece of scuff pad. So I got a little piece of scuff pad here. All right, and then we're going to take some, just a basic lubricant. All right, I'm just going to spray some lubricant on there. Turn it down in there. Get a little flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to rotate it a couple times. Make sure it's nice and clean in there. If you make a tool, you can stick that in here and do the same thing, but as long as you get this and you don't rub the inside of this with the metal, you always want to have the scuff pad in between. Now I'm going to blow that out with the same lubricant and get it all just cleaned out. All right, so we get that all cleaned out there. Give a good visual, make sure there's no particles or anything down in there. I'm going to stick a towel down in there to dry it. All right, we're nice and clean now. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to reassemble the plunger. We're going to take our new pieces right here. We have a bigger one and a smaller one. The thinner one goes in on the front, and the thicker one goes in the back. You can kind of see the difference, the two of them. You can see the difference here. One's thicker than the other. So the small one here, we're going to put right here on the front side of it. Just kind of work it on there. It's going to be tight. You want to make sure you don't damage it at all. So if you need to, you can put something in the center like that. That'll help kind of hook it over. Show you what I mean. All right, like that, and just kind of pull it and work it around. All right, so that one is on there. And then we're going to do the other one, the same thing. All right, so we got them. You can see they're both facing the right way, okay? Pushing inward. We're going to take our new spring. Okay, and the spring is tapered, see, so it's going to go on one way. Get that spring on there like that. Spring goes, everything goes right back in. Going to put a little bit of lubricant on here, a little bit of brake fluid. Whatever brake fluid you're going to be using. This is DOT 4 on this one. A little dab of DOT 4 on there just to help everything slide in good. You just want to kind of gently work it back in so that the rubber doesn't roll back on itself. All right, we got our new washer. And then our new circlip. Now putting the new circlip in is a little bit easier because you can kind of set it up on the tool. So let me grab my crappy tool right here. All right, so now that we're on here, I'm able to set it up and just kind of squeeze it. All right, so I'm gonna squeeze a little bit, push the plunger down. Make sure it's all the way in the groove. Give it a good visual, make sure it's in the groove. All right, then we're going to take our new dust cap. Push the dust cap over. And then you take a screwdriver and just kind of tuck that outside edge in there. A blunt flathead screwdriver and just work it down in there nicely. You can just push it down by hand. Make sure that it's sitting in there good. All right, there we go. All right, and that's all there is to it, to rebuilding a master cylinder. Now what you can do, if you want to make sure that it's all good, put your lever back on, put some fluid in here, cover this here, right, your output where your banjo bolt goes, and just pump it a couple times. Let the air out, pump it like you're bleeding it, and bleed the master here. And when the master's bled, you should be able to hold some pressure on it, where you get some a good amount of pressure shooting out of here, then you know you got it all together right. All right, so bleeding it out, got my finger over the hole. See the air bubbles coming up. I can feel pressure building up here on my finger, underneath my finger. All right, see that there? Get all the air bubbles out. Okay, now watch beneath my finger right there, bleeding it. I'm going to squeeze it. See it shooting the brake fluid out of there? And there we go. We're good. Now make sure you bleed this properly when you put it on the bike, and get all those air bubbles out of there. And I like to bleed it from the banjo bolt right here. So tighten the banjo bolt up, pump it a couple times, crack it, and shut it. Pump it a couple times, crack it, and shut it while you're holding the lever. And then this way it'll get your master cylinder bled, and then everything should be good. And this one's feeling good. Still got some air in it, but we'll work that out of there. But that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. These, you know, they're not hard to do, and it's worth doing it every once in a while, especially if you're starting to have some problems with your brakes and they're not feeling as tight as they should. Just go ahead and order up a new kit. I'll put a description, a link in the description for this one here. If you have an RMZ, it fits Kawasaki's, it fits a couple different other brands. There's the part number there. And it's worth doing it, guys. So hopefully you like this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications. Till next time, it's TEPCO Cycle Repair.